destroyed the habitat of so many adorable creatures.
This doesn't include all the emails that we were instructed to then print out. Did you read that email? Please print it out.
Yeah, we're pretty sure that Shelley doesn't sleep because we would get emails from 1 o'clock in the morning to about 6 in the morning. A standard, I still have a couple hundred on my phone. A standard email from Shelley would be question 2, urgent, like 4 exclamation points, must read with the red exclamation point lets you know it's really important. One of those things that says some way that we need to win nationals, and she would get really excited and kind of hold down the shift key, so an apostrophe would turn into one of those parentheses.
On my inbox, I searched Shelley Larkins to find some emails, and it said 1 to 50 of thousands. So.
Alright, I'm covering the Shelley noises. Well, basically, at the beginning of the year, none of us really knew what kind of coach Shelley was. We're all used to the coaches that are like, you need to do this, you need to do this. Well, Shelley was always just, she reinforced us with the noises. Just, all she had to do was, I remember saying an answer, and if Shelley would do the noise, I'd change the answer. Voting Rights Act of 1960, and she's like, the Civil Rights Act of 1960.
My personal favorite move was the one, and this is a story, and if you have small children, cover their ears. We show up, all 5 of us. 1, 2, 3, 4. Not Louisa. And we're slowly getting closer and closer to the time we're supposed to moot. Henry's still giving his speech about, I'm not sure what. His 15-minute speech. And so then finally it's go to your rooms, and then we'll start moving in 3 minutes. So we all go to our rooms, and we're scampering there, we're huddling. Where's Louisa? And we're waiting, and then all of a sudden, Shelley walks into the room. And she steps in, and she takes one look, and she goes, where the fuck is Louisa? I'm sorry. And if I could tell just one more story. This one your children can listen to. We take the plane there, which Shelley has been handing us handouts on the whole time. The only coach to assign reading from the plane. And we get there, we're all tired, we fall asleep, we wake up the next morning, and I go down to breakfast. And I sit next to Shelley, and we're sitting there, and everybody else is sort of all scattered around the dining room. And there's all these other teams, right? I think most of us were talking to Louisiana. Was that a team?
There was one Louisiana kid.
Sitting at
the entire table of grandkids and one kid from Louisiana.
And Shelley looks over there, and she goes, what are they doing? They should not be talking to him. And then she gave me orders. Don't fraternize.
I think that living in the world of Shelley is a world of constant fear. As if the Louisiana kid was like a Russian spy who would take our information and then lead us into a second Cold War. But even aside from that, if you ever need reassurance that the apocalypse is tomorrow, just please show up to a Sunday meeting, and you will be reassured that the American Republic is in great danger. I'm always so flustered. My hand movements. The voter participation won't make it all fall apart. Sitting there at the head of the table as she rapidly moves her arms, and I have to like check back behind me to make sure that she's not like conducting an orchestra. All
right, we're done roasting Shelley. Bring it back to the warm and fuzzy Unit 6. I want to say that we all love you very much, and we got you this mechanism to keep calm and carry on.
I just get handed the mic. So, as much as we tell the stories, we pick the most embarrassing, but it doesn't represent every day that Shelley is an incredible coach. And we just wanted to say thank you.
I'm very out of breath from laughing so hard. That is awesome. I wish my husband was here to hear that, because he would say, right on. Anyway, I'm going to be serious now. I'm just going to be smarmy. I was listening last night to Unit 6 guru David Brooks on the NewsHour, and he was talking about the military. I was going to come up here and do this big comparison of Unit 6 to SEAL Team 6. Because, well, there are some comparisons. To become a member of SEAL Team 6, you must have completed some of the most brutal training regimes ever devised. I think that's true. And their creed is that they are a special breed of warrior ready to answer our nation's call. Also very true of Unit 6. But David Brooks was talking about how in the military, they break people down. He said it's not about ego in the military. They tear down the ego before they build it back up towards service to something else. And he was talking about how we actually have very few institutions that do that tear people down as individuals and build them back up as members of a team. And that's what we do in this. And I have been so thrilled to work with this particular group of students because they are such a great group. They have been so kind to each other and so supportive of each other, and really have worked as one. I think our biggest dispute ever over the year was whether or not the curtains in my dining room would be opened or closed. But I have never had a group that worked so hard and that was so self-motivated. I actually was so much more relaxed. If you can believe that, it's true. I was so much more relaxed because I have never had a group so well prepared to face the challenge. And I appreciate it so much. You guys not only worked hard and showed it during the competition, but you also internalized all the things that I think are so important: the love of our country and the understanding of its faults and the desire to make